Sending you guys to the Pokemon. Here we go. Okay, see you guys on the other side. Here we go. Oh. Oh. Wait, did you guys make it? Hold on, did they make it? Did they make it? Did you guys make it to the other side? Did you guys manage? Don't die in the raid, okay? I have to go and pull up the thing real quick. Pokemon sounds a lot like East Down on B-side. Okay, real quick, we gotta get somebody quickly drop me the link to the direct stream in chat on the Twitch site. The raid didn't go off. This always happens when I try to like raid myself. This always happens. I always stop the buns on the way over. Well, I tried. YouTube bunch, you will be missed. Welcome back if you made it over. And thank you, CG. Thank you. It worked for me. It always stops a couple, unfortunately. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I've got it. Here it goes. Yeah! Yeah! Okay. Joe dropped us. I'm sorry. But we made it just in time. We made it just in time. Left us in the orphanage. You can stream 2 at once. You can technically. Will Wicked Slug moves me and wakes me from my slumber. Okay. Here, Daisy confused. Who are you? Has Juna raided into us? This person is suspicious. It's okay, you guys are squishy. You guys can. It's starting my end. Why is it not starting on my end? Why is it not starting on my end? There's a second YouTube channel. Give me the YouTube channel that started. Give me the other YouTube channel. I'm pulling out the bingo board. 1 second. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. Oh. Oh. No audio for you guys. 1 second.
Part of the stories trainers worldwide have been able to experience.
Okay.
This year marks the Pokemon series' 30th. A milestone reached because of your
That isn't
support.
so.
Thank you, each and every one of you. We hope you will all enjoy seeing how Pokemon continues
Look, there's
to
Ditto
evolve.
in the background on the Lapras.
In today's broadcast, we'll share all the latest news about Pokemon. Please enjoy the presentation.
Let's go. I'll change the category real quick too. Okay. Is he chunky enough? He might become chunky. Oh, here we go. Is it are they gonna do the Nidorino Gengar? Oh. My Okay. Also, real quick. 45 songs, 45 cartridges! Oh! Eh? How's that work?
I'm Junichi Masuda, and I handle the music and sound
Music
effects
release.
for the
Like,
Pokemon
like
Red
a
version
sound
and
box or
Pokemon Blue
like a
version
little
video games.
music box.
You can now play all 45 songs from the games on the small player inspired by the Game Boy system.
Ooh,
We took
that's kinda
particular
neat.
care to make the audio
Like an
sound
MP3
just like
player,
Game
but
Boy.
for Pokemon
So I hope
music.
you enjoy listening while swapping out cartridges.
Yeah, that's kinda neat. Gonna be expensive to get all of them, but... Oh, do you get all of them in one box? Oh, that's awesome then. Yeah, that's kinda neat. Like a little MP3 player.
Hello, Pokemon trainers, and happy Pokemon Day.
Okay.
I'm Chris Brown from the
Hey,
Pokemon
Johnson.
Company International, and I'm thrilled to share news about the
He's the
2026
esport guy.
Pokemon
Maybe we
World
can grab the bingo
Championships,
now.
which will be taking place alongside our
That's
new
just the
fan
esport guy.
experience, Pokemon XP
Okay.
in San Francisco.
Bingo.
The 2026 Pokemon World Championships will once again
Seems
welcome
inconvenient,
nearly
but so
3,000
cool.
competitors from all over the world.
And so my work on Alt MP3.
Competitors in the video game championships will battle for the first time in Pokemon
We
Champions.
turn it up? Yes.
While their fellow competitors will battle in the Pokemon trading card game, Pokemon Go, and Pokemon
They launched
Unite.
our music app. They did,
Each
they
of the
did.
final matches of
I don't
these
think it was
games
very
will be held
successful.
at the Chase Center.
So that might have
An
been
arena
dropped.
that's 3 times the size.
I'm
as
as a
last
Pokemon
year's
Pro
finals.
esports player, that's true.
Years ago, we started on a mission
But I don't think
to
Pokemon
create the
Go
most
has such
exciting
high-level
Pokemon
competitions.
event for our competitors and their families. As the World Championships evolved, we saw an opportunity to expand even further and deliver a one-of-a-kind experience where trainers around the world can
Ooh, I
come
like the little
together
folks
and
in the
celebrate
background. Those
their
are kind of
fandom.
cute.
As we celebrate 30 years
It's
of
Nidorina
Pokemon,
versus
we
Gengar. Oh,
invite
I
all
can,
of you to
I
the
can,
inaugural Pokemon
I can
XP
put that
event.
on my
Fans of all
bingo.
ages can expect fun
Nidorina
activities,
versus
including
Gengar
interactive
spotted.
exhibits, pin trading, cosplay
There you go.
showcases, unique panels, hands-on
There's
workshops,
first game the new CA
exciting
Pokemon have
partner
capabilities in.
collaborations,
I
and
see.
of course, visiting the
That was a good
Pokemon
idea,
Center
making pay to
pop-up
win.
store. To celebrate
Yeah.
this new experience, today we're
Okay,
giving you a
that's one
first
down.
look at a truly special piece of art illustrating Pokemon XP alongside the highly anticipated
I guess it's
World
kinda cool.
Championships.
Not something I put
Whether
on my
you're
wall
joining
though.
us in person in San Francisco,
I do actually
or
have a
from
Van
home
Gogh
on our
style.
live
It's like
stream,
picture of a
we
sunflower.
can't wait to see you this August. Thank you, Pokemon trainers.
Mascots should be made to expect birds to pick fights with the Gengar. Agreed. Okay, okay. Oh, something for the TCG. It's gonna be for the app or for the actual game? So weird seeing them talk native English, right? And is this just the Pocket TCG? Or is it like overall? Are they doing reprints? These are classic cards. I don't think it's Pocket TCG because they have too much text on them. To be that. Oh, was it? Oh yeah, we did have Bad Pikachu. That's true. Bad Pikachu appeared. I had an overall TCG spot. My current one is just something that will get sculpted really hard. I think it's coming up. Yeah, yeah. Is this the Pokemon TCG thing that's gonna get sculpted really hard? Yeah! Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it's releasing simultaneously. Yeah, I can check that off. Okay, okay. Oh, Pokemon Go anniversary stuff. Can check that one off too. There we go. Pokemon 10th anniversary. Go.
A huge range of
Implemented for 30
Pokemon that
years.
have appeared in Pokemon Go so far
Is it
will
like
return.
30 though? Was it?
And there's a 2-day Pokemon Go tour event starting tomorrow.
Like if it was like 30
We
Pokemon
also have
for
a
30 or
promo code
something.
to share.
It's not a 30. Go to Arcalas. Used to teach but it's got so bad. That's my issue with it too. And when Pokemon Go started, yeah. Oh! Oh, just Master CX. I guess Master CX is go. Oh wait! The old school art style is pretty cool. Wait a second. If they're making him in the old school art style, that gives me like fake hope that they might do a game in like the old like Secret Mori art style. Because that's sick. If they go for a full game, like there's been fan concepts for that kind of idea. But that would be super sick. Like here, the experimenting. That would be cool. And yes, Ogapon is there. That's just Pokemon Cafe. Should I just like cross off some mobile app for Pokemon Cafe? There you go. Ogapon is so down there, right? 6.5 year celebration is a big goofy though, yeah? But I will say this. Though the gameplay look got a bit boring, Pokemon Cafe has extremely cute art. Like all the food in it, I would like to eat. It's extremely cute art. Like I wish they made like more of those dishes real. Pokemon Sleep updates. What could they possibly still add to Pokemon Sleep though? Yeah, the cafe, they're very cute. Oh, is Mew gonna appear in Pokemon Sleep? Maybe it's like a Mew appearance thing. Many gachas do have half-year celebrations. That's true, that's true. New missions beginning tonight. Beginning tonight. And also Latias and... Latias are there. Oh.
To celebrate Pokemon
Pokemon
Day,
Unite,
Zapdos,
okay. We'll take a
Moltres,
moment
and
to drink
Articuno
something.
will be joining the fray. The magnificent power of the
I guess
three
I've got to go
legendary
over
bird
all
Pokemon
the
comes
live
together.
service games.
Soar
Updates for the anniversary.
stylishly into
Pokemon
battle.
Sleep, yeah!
You can
I used it
participate
for a
in the
while, but it
event
made
to
my
unlock
phone too
their
hot.
Unite licenses.
Yeah, just with all the
And
mobile
even
stuff
more
up front.
Pokemon are
You know,
scheduled to
keep
be
the
added.
exciting announcements for later.
Don't miss what's coming.
There you go, Pokemon Sleep woke me up my sleep. Oh, no, nothing. Okay. Ah, the trading card pocket game. Did I miss much? No, it's mostly just like the mobile updates at the moment. Nothing like that's like blowing. They had like an MP3 player with Pokemon music, which is kind of neat. Kind of cool concept. That was pretty cool. That was the only thing interesting so far. Your Johto starters. I'm not buying it. Don't you guys have phones? Oh, up to 30 booster packs. There we go. I can click that one off. Something 30s based. 30 booster packs. Got it. Cross it off on the bingo. And aha. GameCube games on NSO. Can cross that one off. There we go. Nice catch. Thank you. There we go. I figured it was about time, so... Everybody's been waiting for so long. Okay, we nearly got a bingo already. Maybe I should have put less stupid stuff on there, so we can actually get bingo. I guess I should put like a bun in the free space, though. There you go, that's mean GameCube is retro. Depending on who you ask. This might be it for it. I'm glad they're finally on there. You know, I've got the games physically, but even from a streaming perspective, you know, it's nice to be able to like stream it in a higher quality than in my AV cable. Go to OST, right? God. Well, I still gotta play, you know, Gale of Darkness. You know. I'm gonna put my game guide to it. It's good use. Hell yeah. Think Joe cheated bingo? No. Stick and hook retro?
Everyone.
Yes.
I'm Utsunomiya
Ditto!
from the Pokemon Company.
Ditto spotted.
I'd
Ditto
like to
gets
give
a
you all
shelf
some
to
additional
itself.
updates
Yeah, that's
as
right.
We share the latest news
It's
on our
because Ditto
games.
is important.
First off,
It's
we
because
have
Ditto deserves its own
information
shelf.
regarding the Pokemon Fire Red version and Pokemon
That's right.
Leaf Green
That's
version
right.
games coming to
Because
Nintendo
4 times 4 you
Switch.
would have filled it already, yeah?
The Pokemon Fire Red and Pokemon Leaf Green
Nidorino
games,
Gengar mentioned. Oh, we already crossed it off?
Pokemon Red and Pokemon
Is that the new
Green
Ditto?
games in Japan
Good
were
morning,
released on
Inamizawa.
Game Boy Advance in 2004. Today, these
I mean, I
games
could
have
have probably
been made
safely put
available
this
to
on
play
like
once more
the
as download
bingo,
exclusive
but
titles
I thought it was
on
too
Nintendo
boring since we
Switch
already
and
know.
Nintendo
It
Switch
was
2.
ostracized. No, it's the king. It's the king.
We also plan to
I can
make
still
these
afford
titles
that plush.
compatible
Yeah, it
with
doesn't
Pokemon
count yet.
Home in the future. This way, you can bring Pokemon obtained in other Pokemon RPG series titles on adventures with you.
Yeah.
Or you can send
Yeah, bingo
Pokemon to
within 10
visit
minutes.
Pokemon
Maybe.
Champions.
It does
We hope
Pokewas
you
and
look
nice
forward
least
to it.
isolated. But you want to have Pokewas. It's good for you.
Next,
Okay.
we have some news about Pokemon Champions.
Hmm. He? He? Or is this just like a tournament thing? And you're on the right? Bo thinks he's Jack Black White. So is this just like Pokemon Stadium, where it's just like a battle simulator again? I guess we haven't had like a stadium-type game in a long time. It's just like Wento Battles, battle simulation. Basically, okay. Let's rage jump Pokemon. Be nice if they distributed new again, yeah? And can we summon Pokemon in real life? I've been waiting. Okay. Can link Pokemon to use their correctly from champions on a one-way transfer. Okay. I mean, I guess like we were overdue for like a stadium-type game again. I hope they include mini-games, because that was missing in Battle Evolution, you know, the best part of Stadium. But it doesn't look like it will, unfortunately. Everyone's playing with their Pokemon, yep. Even got the bus scene again. Now crush them in the bus! Official Pokemon version of Pokemon Showdown. Makes sense. It might be what they'll try to like move their tournaments into going forward. Wait, what?
Next
Okay.
up is news about the
Let's
Mega
go to specific
Dimension
location,
DLC for the
maybe.
Pokemon Legends ZA game. the newest title
Oh,
in the
DLC.
Pokemon series.
That was like another one that I
Please
thought
take a
was a
look at
safe
this
bet,
video.
but I thought was too boring to put on the bingo. So I didn't put it on there. Still have to play this. I just wish it was set in the past, like Arceus was, you know. I really like that. I hope they do that again with Legends. Maybe I'm just bitter they didn't do Legends Johto, but I just think it would have been fun. I like world building and stuff, and Arceus had like a lot of good world building, and that was the thing, you know. Hey Thomas, thank you for the follow. I know how these games are, that's okay. I don't really play a lot of the mobile ones, either. But I only play Pokemon Go when my mom comes over. It's lengthy Mega Swami, right? Show me Ice Mega for Alligator the second chance. I think the problem with Alligator is once again the posing. Like when he's posed wide, he looks pretty cool. It's just that they like just keep the thing open like a toilet seat. Like if they post him wide, it would be fine. When home from a long day at the Pokemon battling factory, but you have to battle your dad before dinner. Exactly. It's like a Evangelion collab. Mega Gotcha! He looks okay, I guess. I like that they're leaning into the jet thing when he's flying, I suppose. I like that he flies like a jet. That's pretty decent. That's pretty cool. Reliable is the Pokemon-based economy. I think it's about to crash. All those Meow doing payday. That's pretty cool. It looks a lot like regular one though, but that's pretty decent. New Lucario's cool too. I like how the new Lucario has like the white sheen. It's very like hero looking.
A new Mega Evolution of Garchomp, Mega Garchomp Z, has been discovered. This mystery gift will become available for the Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC after this presentation concludes. After claiming this gift, you'll be able to detect a special hyperspace distortion where you can encounter Mega Garchomp Z. You
I
can
feel
obtain
that.
a Garchompite Z
I feel
Stone
that
by
hard.
winning a battle against Mega Garchomp Z in the special pocket of hyperspace.
I mean, I think they're doing all the boring
Next
announcements
up,
up
we have some
front.
news about
You know,
Pokemon
like
Pokopia.
MOBA, DLCs, etc. Pokopia, here we go! It's Diddle time. It's Diddle time. Here we are. Oh, is Rotom here? Rotom is here. He's got the tunes. Rotom, you good buddy. Does Pokopia have a horror plot? Stereo Rotom, let's go. I guess we can maybe
Is
like
that curious-looking stereo of Rotom?
change the music in game.
Did it get enticed by the music and hop inside?
5 notes of Pokopia.
It's really energetic and seems to go by DJ Rotom. What
DJ
happens if
Rotom,
you give
eh?
it a CD in the game?
I guess it will play it, yeah. Okay. That's decent. Okay, so it's nice that it
can
has
help
like the
liven up town
actual
with a variety
music
of
from the
music.
previous games. That's kind of neat.
Ditto and the others are grooving to the beat too. Let's listen to DJ Rotom's specially selected tracks.
Yeah, I should have played
while
that in the
I
town.
introduce you to the world of Pokemon Pokopia.
Hell yeah, I mean it's kind of cool. It's I guess just like the radio system in Animal Crossing basically.
Ditto first encounters Professor Tangrowth in a wasteland that was once a town. It seems like Ditto is working alongside other Pokemon to develop the town. Wow, they're sure fired up.
But can I be Ditto instead of human?
Of
That's my
course
big
you can't
question.
if you're all
Can I
on an
revert
empty
to
stomach.
Ditto? Can I revert to
It
Ditto?
looks like Riolu wants something to eat too.
Fresh carrots.
But
Oh, like
how do you
that.
cook?
Oh, there's a cooking system. Hey, Coleman. I mean, I figure with this kind of crafting game, no one's gonna eat us. I just wanna be Ditto.
Huh?
Oh?
That silhouette.
Oh, it's covert or whatever. Oh. Be cooking. Greedent, that's the thing. It's the evolution of Skullward. Yeah. Greedent.
A Greedent appeared. It sounds like everyone calls it Chef Dente.
Chef Dente?
Chef Dente can teach you how to cook all sorts of dishes.
Oh.
Each Pokemon
It's weird to see the Pokemon actually talk, like in full dialogue. I mean, they do it in Mystery Dungeon, but it doesn't seem right when your Ditto looks like a human, you know. It just doesn't seem right.
Even easier to develop the town.
Can he teach us how to feel?
Try bringing Pokemon you've befriended on an outing.
I saw it was confirmed.
Mode, you can visit other
I hate how they make it look like a Ditto, and it's not a Ditto, it's a human.
You can play with up to 3
Let me be Ditto in the game.
First, let's play some hide and seek.
I want to play as Ditto.
There you are.
I'm so mad about it. I hope we can find like an actual Ditto in the game that we can at least make us follow us around, you know.
Where's the
I was being so sad, so I played on stream. At least once, yeah?
Whoa! You can transform into objects.
But can I transform into Ditto?
That was a fun game.
Can I transform into Ditto? I guess you can play prop hunt in the game. That's kind of neat.
By working together,
that's kind of neat. A lot of my friends like play prop hunt. Okay. Are they making a big Ditto? You're just like messing with me now. They're building a big Ditto, but they won't let me play the Ditto, will they?
Together,
I bet there's not even recruitable Dittos. I'm gonna go crazy.
New encounters may await
you
as
big Ditto? It's gonna drive me mad. It's gonna be the Ditto game, but there won't be any Ditto in it. I love Ditto as he is.
One step at a time.
It's a Ditto-less Ditto game. It's like the ultimate tease. It's like they hate me.
Available on March 5th.
It's never gonna be on PC. It's Nintendo Lollipop. Because the Ditto rug is pretty cute, I guess, yeah. Yeah, the Ditto's paid DLC. They wouldn't live Ditto if they were a worm either. It's a Ditto game without Ditto in it.
Pokemon Pokopia releases next week on Thursday, March 5th.
I don't want to be a stinky human. I want to be a Ditto. I will make unreasonable Ditto demands.
Today, we covered all of the information you see here.
It's already over? No, right.
We'd like to end our presentation today with
That's
one
short.
final video for you all.
Okay, this better be Gen 10 then.
Thank you for tuning in.
That's short. That's short. Okay, this has to be Gen 10, no? Huh? Leaning in closer. Oh, Pikachu. Johto mentioned! Not Johto. Never mind. Okay. Excitement lost. It's not gonna be a Johto remake. Never mind. They drew Johto. It's pretty hard though. I got so excited. It's just every series, eh? But maybe they're making the Pikachu Tamagotchi again. Hey, Pikachu. Tomate. I have mentioned, but it's gonna be Gen 10, no? Now we're taking Pikachu into like Gen 10. Got Johto baited, yeah. Let's move to Kyoto. No, it's just Pikachu on holiday. And one of them is pink. It's Pikachu. So it'll be about 25 minutes. I see. Hey. Pikachu Vacation. They're gonna make a Pikachu Vacation spin-off. Oh, Gen 10? Gen 10? This looks like Gen 10, no? Oh! Wait, this looks sick. Yeah, that's Gen 10. That's Gen 10! And they are Tropius, which is one of my favorites. Haha. I mean, that's looking better already. That's looking better already than Gen 9, you know. Oh. Yeah. I mean, it's maybe pre-rendered for a large part, but the graphics look actually pretty nice here. Pokemon Snapple might be a card. It isn't. I don't think they'll make another one soon. This, honestly, this looks pretty decent. Oh, and the new starters. Oh. Is that another Sobble? They look so stupid. I love them. What? Bonbon! And Gekwa. That's very close to Sobble though, but those are good. Bonbon! Well, I'll have to see what the evolutions are like. That will usually, you know, influence me, but the dog is very cute. Oh, the minion mentions. Let's go. Black Ghost, thank you so much for the resub. Please enjoy your emotes. Like the blue one. The Firestar is a Pomeranian, that's so good. Pokemon wins? And Pokemon waves. Winds and waves getting topical, huh? Yeah. Maybe we can dive again. I hope diving comes back. Yeah, what is my son? I will not take Watslander. I'm gonna put him in a Wat and cook him into a soup. Mixer 2, the Waves Gang. Waves Gang. Oh man. Oh damn. Okay. Like the 5-star, that's a huge upgrade from Scarlet and Violet, which looks like an apple. Let's refresh the page and go back to it so we can actually take a better look at the starters. Did you choose your past element or your current one? The thing is, it will come down to the evolutions a lot of the time. I gotta go do work, no worries. Okay, 1 second, we're bringing it back. We're gonna go through this trailer a little bit slower. Okay. Somebody said Southeast Asia. Does this look Southeast Asian to you guys? Looks a bit tropical. I was thinking Brazil because of Tropius, but definitely a tropical look to it. Okay, what was that? 1 second. And get a frame 1 starter. Wait 1 second. Let me go back a little bit. I thought I saw something there. I'm like, I'm trying to do like the thing where you do like the punctuation marks, like scroll through it. I thought I saw something suspicious. Yeah, here. Somebody who can read the poke code can probably read that. Might be C. Okay. There's a house with a palm leaf roof. The art direction I think is a big improvement. First impressions of the protagonist. Extremely glad they dropped the semi-realism thing they were going for with Scarlet Violet. God, I hated the art direction in Scarlet Violet. Like the faces of the protagonist. I hated that they were like adding a touch of real to it. I'm glad they're going back to like, you know, anime style. Thank God. Because it was so ugly and did not work and I hated it. This is so much better. This is like a bit close to what they were doing with Arceus and like what they had done in the past. You know, it's you know, this is an improvement over before. I hope we get close we can actually change because we're not in a school anymore. They didn't even look like the other characters, right? The hair is also an improvement. It's the Pokemon Go anime style. Pokemon Go has a semi-realism going for it too and it's also quite ugly. This is close to the Let's Go style. Like Let's Go and Arceus. Okay, at least we're gonna be exploring. Very active, very sportsy. Like diving, exploring. Man, these light effects are pretty cool if they actually look that good in game. After Go's hair, right? It's a good anime cut. No Pom Pom falls into a summer yet. Ah, that would be good. It's some nice water. It definitely, like, if the water looks as good in game, that's a big improvement. Hey, Darkler. Pom Pom Fire Evolution will be Pom Punch. Firefighting. It seems like, once again, if this carries on into the game, there's a lot of pre-rendered, but it seems like it gave the Pokemon some better animations too. I forgot how the Pokemon Go players look like, yeah. Like, they've got, like, a similar clothing design, but not art style. Okay, here they are. Here they are, you guys. Pick your fighter. My first impression, the dog is definitely the cutest one. But I quite like birds. You know, it would be another grass bird again. I hope it doesn't overlap too much with Rowlet. It will highly depend on final evolutions. I hope one of them doesn't become a human. I hope the dog stays on 4 legs. I'm gonna glue his feet down. Don't you stand up. I like the eyes. Meow. I hope they get silly. Dog is a bit bunk-coded, yeah? I'm kind of loving the lizard. The lizard is quite fun too. It's kind of interesting because like both the bird and the lizard are quite reminiscent of existing ones. Like, looks very, you know, Rowlet and like Sobble. But they'll probably take different directions. Yeah, I always make my predictions when I see the final evolution still. Dog's the only one that isn't lucky. The other two will grow on me, I think. It's like the distant cousin feel. I wonder if it's like divergent evolution kind of situation. Looks like Mr. from Goatrick, right? Lion's Cupid's gonna stand up. I'm gluing the lion to the floor. That lion better stay on all 4 feet. Does look like a Pomeranian. I mean, it's called a Pombon, so I think it's supposed to be. I like what? Like, I'm guessing the pun here is like brow and like ow? But I like to think you put it in the broth, like in the soup. Like you do with like vegetables. It's a good name. It's so angry. It looks like a boring owl, yeah? This is how Pokemon often turn into humanoids. I hope this puppy stays on his feet, like this Bonbon, because I think he's very cute. Bonbon is very, very cute. This guy is cute too. I think the animations might, you know, win me over. Not too big on Brad. Looks like it's in a bad mood. It's a bit silly. But he'll have his fans. Praying for bipedal firefighting. Lukeko looks a bit like Switch, right? It's cute, it's cute. Honestly, if they can make this look as good in-game, this ain't bad. I was a bit let down by most of the Switch assortment, but actually this, guys, is diving back. Guys, is diving back. Because here we go under the ocean. Could diving be back for the first time since, like, you know, Ruby Sapphire and remakes? You know. Diving might be back. Diving might be back. And it was also kind of cute, right? Right. Switch hard for handle this. I mean, it should. I forgot Winston Waves diving wasn't back. I wonder if it means they'll be flying too. You know, there was flying in the Gen 3 remakes. As well as Let's Go and Eevee. And like, honestly, I think the flying mechanic was a very fun, you know, attachment for both of them, like being able to fly over the routes. I kind of hope they bring it back, because that was kind of neat. Surfing Pikachu will definitely return. They even had Pikachu dress up, you know, all nicely. Yeah, diving Megalatius style flying. Or like Dragonite style flying, like in Let's Go. That would be kind of fun. I hope there's diving. I hope there's good outfit customization. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna grab the bingo card, and we will go over it a bit better. It was shorter than I thought it would be. Where's Pokemon Vacation with Pikachu? Of course. Okay, so no mystery dungeon. Gen 10 announced though. Nidorino vs Gengar was there. No Johto. Pokemon Go was there. Oh, I made it too big. 1 second. Here we go. Who's the Pokemon? It's Joru. It's Joju. Here we go. Okay. Still no Pokemon Ranger though, no. No movie. There was mobile apps. There was TGG collectible. Fat Pikachu was there. Thematic release was there. Do I put the Pokemon music release on the concert? It's music related, but I think that's the most you can still strut it. Like, Johto wasn't announced. They just showed Johto in one picture. Did you buy the Ditto game? Did you buy Ditto skin for $40 to play as Ditto? Unironically, yeah. If they gave me the option, I would do whatever I need to. Yeah. Okay. No bingo, you guys. Alas, no bingo. No Johto. No Ranger. That was like, I guess 30th anniversary, 30 minutes, I guess. I'm sure they'll be announcing like lots more other merch. So I can kind of cross off the Ditto because they already did. The rest might still come. There wasn't enough Ditto. I saw Ditto in the background, but opposite of too much Ditto for me to afford, yeah. Yeah, it was a 30 card pack in TCG, which I did clock, like sign off. My spin-off's probably gonna happen. Yeah, it's just not being announced tonight. I think a lot of these, not all of these, but a lot of these will probably still come through within the next few months. They just didn't show it in the stream. Oh wait, extremely expensive collectible might actually be the music thing, depending on what the price winds up being. But it's like, you know, 45 music discs, so if you put them all together, that will probably be kind of pricey. The game cards was a separate block, so I can't overlap those, but maybe for the music thing. But it looks like it might be similar to Arcanine. It may become. There's a lot of fire dogs. If you know box about, you can get bingo. Do we know the price? Not yet, not yet. It's still no bingo. Like maybe if they were in different spots. We have like a decently filled card, so, but they're just not lined up for bingo, unfortunately. Thought we would have more. I guess the only real big announcement was like the new gen. Like everything else was mostly just like DLC expansions, special events within like ongoing games. But like the big announcement I guess was Gen 10. And I guess the music thing, but they didn't have much else than besides that, so I guess like the Pokemon like compete thing, that's gonna be in the new stadium. We like the Bowbird thing, it's so grumpy, it's really cute. They could go anywhere with starters still. There hasn't been a movie, there'll probably be one this year, but just move one box to get bingo, that's cheating! That'd be cheating. Who's satisfied with Gen 10? I think it's a big improvement over, you know, frankly speaking, I have very mixed feelings about Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. The only, like, you know, Pokemon on the Switch that I really enjoyed was Arceus. 1 second, I have to cough. Okay, sorry. But from the looks of it, it seems like they might have learned some lessons. And that they might actually be improving things. Both graphically, like at the very least art direction-wise, they took a really big step back in Scarlet and Violet with the semi-realism for the main characters. I'm so glad they dropped that. It was so ugly. So the buns and the small pinkers are still there. Yeah, they're just vibing. I hope we can dive again, yeah. You have a Nordic-based Pokemon yet? Not yet, not yet. Don't have a bug legendary. No, we do. Check again. No bingo though, no. We count location of Gen 10 as Pokemon Resort, even if it's 2 different media. I don't think it counts. I don't think it counts. It would take another year. Oh, same. I hope they take plenty of time. Nightwater. But it looks kind of interesting. Yeah, the graphics in Wind and Waves are solid. I like the, you know, the hairstyle. I like the art design they're going for. It seems they're going for like an activewear kind of look for like, you know, exploration, which probably unfortunately means it's gonna be like open world again, but that's just what people like these days, so I'll take my L. That's 2027, okay, so next year. It will do the entire national tax. I will hold a fake hope. Like, one of the main reasons it wasn't included before is because they at the time didn't have all the models ready and set yet, but I think these days there's a chance they might be able to. And you know, I have a vague hope that with the next one they might. Was Pokemon always open world? No. There was always like linear progression through areas that were gated off or to certain moments. You know, the closest you get is like, you know, you can do like a gym out of order like once or twice, but... And besides, open world is, you know, it's like when people try to say like, yeah, Legend of Zelda's open world, it's like... Yeah, you can go where you want to go, but that's not the way this term gets used by people now, is it? Not what I'm talking about now, is it? You know, hello Joe, how you VR? You know, when people are saying like, yeah, Link to the Past is open world, it's like, I'm gonna hit you with a shoe. How ranges my delusional desire above the mouse? I mean, the mouse was a joke, so... The Pikachu robot is possible. love his gameplay-wise is real-time battles with Pokemon instead of turn-based. I mean, isn't that kind of what they're doing with ZA? And they've kind of done it in Pokepark before. I guess in like some Pokemon spin-offs as well. Like, will they ever do that for the main game? I don't think so, because it might, you know, change up the competitive meta too much. But they've done like real-time battles several times in like several spin-offs at this point. And call the old game semi-open world for Pokemon. No. It's a fairly linear RPG. Like I said, you can sometimes get a gym badge early, but it's very rare. And a lot of things are gated by like whether you have the gym badge for the right, you know, HM before you can move on or before you do the right quest. Like, you know, yeah, in Red and Blue you can, you know, you can technically do a couple of gyms out of order, but it's not an open world. Link Between Worlds is open world though. More than Link to the Past, yes, but still like words have meaning. It's just like because it technically fits the definition of the word doesn't mean that the word doesn't actually have a meaning that's ascribed to it. You know? You know? Let's be real, Joseph point that we can bring around to Ditto. We have different definitions of open world. I mean, what's your definition? Because in Red and Blue, you can keep going, but then you know, you hit the old man. And you have to go back to Pokemon's, you know, Professor Oak's lab to go through the old man. Then you can keep going, but you have to, like, you know, get cut. And you have to get the gym leader and get cut first before you can get anywhere. There's certain places you cannot go without, like, you know, surf. It's not an open world where you can just go wherever. Like I said, like, Red and Blue is the one that you could argue with the most. Because, like, technically you can kind of do Saffron City, Fuchsia City in either order. But other than that... I guess you can, you know, skip one of them and surf to Cinnabar, but it's not particularly open. Yeah, you can go to, like, you know, Articuno's Island from the wrong side. Sure, but that doesn't make it an open world RPG. And then all the Pokemon games that come after that, you don't have that freedom at all. You are much more gated by which HM you have. You know. Depends on the Zelda game. You can play the original out of order. You guys, I just went over this. Breath of the Wild is an open world Zelda game. Just because you can play Link to the Past or the original Zelda out of order does not make it an open world game. I'm gonna punch all of you. Words have meanings, and as a genre, open world comes with like certain attributes ascribed to it, and they're all lacking in Zelda. We've been over this. I'm being rage baited over here. It has open progression, sure. It's not open world. Not open world in the way that the terminology is used nowadays. It's a whole different genre. Like that's, you know, Breath of the Wild, Far Cry, GTA, you know. And there's a certain, you know, thing you ascribe to it. It's Sonic Frontiers. And it's not that, you know. I find very much that the developer intended well if you don't want to worry. Exactly, like Scarlet Violet attempts to be open world and you can take it, but there's a very intended route because, like, you know, it's very obvious which gyms you're supposed to do in order because some of them are still very high level. You're just allowed to go to the wrong one first. Like saying Link's Awakening is a dating sim, yeah? So that's going to GTA have to be open world, I agree. Thank you. Anyway, he ends with area navigation tips are open world if you think about it. That's right. Tokimeki Memorial is an open world game because you can choose where you go. Wow, it's been right in front of me all along. Yeah, your Pokemon won't listen without enough gym badges, exactly. If you're trading them, but... Kangaroo dating sim on Newgrounds was an open world game, revolutionary. Maybe something like Super Mario 64. Also not an open world game. You guys are just doing this to make me mad, aren't you? Look, if we're talking Mario, the first Mario open world go is Odyssey, which is the closest thing to one because in environmental design, it tries to replicate it, but even that one is not truly open world, but it at least tries to replicate that kind of area design. None of the other Mario games are open world. Super Mario 64 is not open world. Doom is open world. I'm gonna kill all of you. You can put in a level select. I have fancy 10. Are you about to go to bed? I'll go later. Can go backwards, so Camille. I'm gonna. It's not just about, you know, being able to choose the order of your levels. In that case, like Atlantis, the Dark Past, or like PlayStation 2 is an open world because you can put in a cheat code. Sudoku is open world. Look, there are certain conventions to an open world games these days that are associated with games of its kind. Snake is an open world with no borders and ability. Is Mayonnaise open world? Yes. Look, Atlantis is an open world game, yeah. Look, if you just look at the game design convention of things that are actually open worlds in these days, like Minesweeper's open world, yeah. Like Breath of the Wild, for example, is open world. Sonic Frontiers takes from open world. Scarlet and Violet tries to be open world, but does it poorly, but it is one technically. Pac-Man is open world. Sure. Pac-Man 1 is open world. You can choose which order you play the levels in. That's right, Mega Man 1 is open world too. Open world games are games that have a large exploration on large empty areas where you can do things not just out of order, but you are encouraged to explore, like in Skyrim and so on. Where there might be many side quests to go on and where you're supposed to kind of make your own. Way too. Look, I don't have the best definition, but I know it when I see it. Any of the Elder Scrolls games. Pong is open world, yeah. She's like twice talking to hundreds of bricks life. East is open world, yeah. That's right. It's a linear RPG! Pokemon is a relatively linear RPG. It's not open world, except Scarlet and Violet, which tries to be it, but it does poorly, but it is open world technically, yes. So definitions are important. Skyrim is a shining example, exactly. You definitely choose games you don't like. No! There are open worlds that I have enjoyed as poorly at all, like Death Stranding. But it's vibes, and I'm correct. Yes, it's vibe-based, and I know it when I see it. All the games are semi-open worlds. It's not open worlds. All the games just have you, like, give you a choice to do two gyms out of order. That's not a choice. You can just go the wrong way once. And beyond that, it's like, sure, you can like, you know, explore side paths and go to, like, other villages or towns or go places, but in that case Final Fantasy is an open world, you know, like in Final Fantasy you can also go to other places. That doesn't make it an open world. Doesn't make it a semi-open world. That just makes it an average RPG. Semi-open world means nothing if all it means is that you get to like do 2 gyms out of order. You know, it means nothing. It's, you know, just because you can explore doesn't mean it's open world. It just means that the devs like put some other areas of interest in there. It means they put some side quests, some side villages, some other routes. You know. It would be nice if Pokemon could be open worlds. I mean, they allow you to beat the gyms in any order you want. Scarlet and Violet, which is what I said. You know, they emphasize the implementation. They just did it badly. Because if they want you to do the gyms in any order, they should scale the gym levels. Instead, one of them is still far higher than the other, so it's very clear which gym you're meant to start with. Which is, I say, Scarlet and Violet, you can do it in any order. The first Pokemon game to do so. But it's poorly implemented. But it is technically an open world. It's, you know, it's poorly implemented because the exploration also leads to nothing. It's just like another Pokeball in a corner somewhere. Mounted games industry where genres are made up and the names don't matter. See, it's adventure genre argument all over again. Simply cheese with 6 pheromones. Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge is open world. You can go to Fats, Scab, or Booty Islands. I skipped Scarlet and Violet. Well, the open world you might be looking for might be in Scarlet and Violet. Completing the anime. Exactly, that's what I've been saying, right? They check your badges and then skill the team. Exactly, that's what I've been saying. That's what they should have done. It's literally established in the lore. Semi-open because you expect to level up on your own fruition to beat the games. Gecko, you are trying to get me to yell at you, and I will not let you have it. You are saying this on purpose to get me to yell at you. Just because you have to grind in the game does not make it open world. That's just an RPG staple. No one gets my ghost is action adventure, which means everything. Yep, it's literally every game ever made. Focus Step is a first-person on-wheel shooter. That's true, actually. Yeah. Grinding must be nice. Got some freaks over here. I want to get yelled at by girls on the internet. I see how it is. I think if a main story and it's not open world. If it has a very clear linear story, it will definitely deviate from it. But that's not the only thing, because open world games will have stories. But if it gets Circuit Vibe to get the grass starter, it's pretty cute, yeah. I don't like the final evolution for the fire one much. I'm not something about the semi-open world since Food's large tutorial hubs instead of a big world. See, that one I'll take an argument for. You know why? Because I might argue that, like, Mario Odyssey is semi-open world because it has, you know, a lot of level design reminiscent of open world games where they want you to explore, like, you know, in much the same way you would in an open world, even though they're separated levels. You know, that's where I might argue is semi-open world. Mario Odyssey, sure. Once I want to hear this, but Elden Ring isn't open world. Bearman is a large open field, and most games don't even meet that, yeah? And 5 would be the first I could get something on fire. SRPGs have open world novels unless it's a visual novel. It's those aren't open world elements. Grinding isn't an open world element. Just because you have to grind to level up does not make it an open world. You have a fetish for getting yelled at on the internet. That's not a thing. That's never been a thing. It's not an open world game because I don't collect 64 of anything to get the achievements. That's also you want to argue like all Nintendo games being open world. Banjo-Tooie. It's not open world, it's a Metroidvania. Bang! Got you. You got tricked. That's right. Words of meaning. Not an open world either. It's a Metroidvania instead. Microsoft Flight Simulator is open world. That's right. That one I can see too. Yeah, you got tricked. That's right. You thought I was gonna say it, didn't I? Didn't you? Collectathons aren't open world. You can collect things in an open world game, but that doesn't make it a collectathon. Hey, Harry. Hey. There's Odyssey's open world in design, but the question is still linear. Exactly. That's why I say, like, if you want to argue a semi-open world, I'll say Mario Odyssey. The levels are open world in design and they take from the, popular trends from open world games. But it's still a linear game in the end. That's the one that I'll give a semi title. Not Pokemon, which is honestly, just a relatively linear RPG with some side quests. Home party just hitting loading screens. Gotta sleep. Sleep tight to sleep any dreams. Watchalong Metroid is open world. You can do the boss in reverse order. I'm gonna strangle you. You next time. I'm gonna strangle you. GTA's are open world. They have a very limited plot. Some people might argue that especially modern GTA, like GTA 5, has open world aspects, yes. Despite its linear plots. Like, Skyrim has like an actual plot too, sure. Witcher 3 has an actual plot, but people would argue that one's pretty open world as well. To some degree, Shantae is the best. Shantae is a good game, yeah? Let's try Symphony of the Night. I'll do it eventually. Donkey Kong is a sim game. It simulates when crocodiles steal with apes' food source. No bingo. We didn't get bingo objective, unfortunately. No, pachinko games are open world. You can choose which pachinko will destroy your wallet. Yeah. Pachikun. Pachikun is an open world game because you can choose over 500 different pachinkos to play at. Yeah, that's right. Open world just means you have a choice about where you go. That's all it means, yeah. Pokemon the trading card game is an open world on the Game Boy because you can, choose which gym you battle first. There must be some degree of simulating battle of the NPC, yes. So having regions instead of levels, semi-open world force you to do regions in order. Not that I'll go for, yeah. I've seriously played like GTA 5 with open world aspect. You mentioned that before, yeah. Open part because you just have the choice of having the borders may lead to the constitution. That's why I said it's hard to like make a good definition because I'm bad with words. But I'll just say I know it when I see it. And it's not Zelda, except for Breath of the Wild, obviously, which is open world, but not the other ones. And the only Pokemon that falls under it is Scarlet and Violet. Only TCG open world, yeah. You can choose where you go and who you battle. Trying to bait you. I wish it was just Jaffle, but I think some of them are serious. So I think Link Between Worlds is. It has more of the... I don't think it quite is, but it does have... It allows you to play it in any non-linear order, but I don't think that is quite what makes it open world. Is East games open world in your definition? No. East games are fairly linear RPGs where you can side quest and backtrack and do other things, but it's not open world. Yeah, no. So just visual novels with a lot of pictures. My definition of open world is regions. I see. Wind Waker feels almost open worldish at the end, but you only need to really have 2 dungeons. Exactly. I mean, it's the thing is, Wind Waker just has a bit map, but it isn't open world. Well, it's open world. They don't let you go places till you level and complete the quest. Uses bumps sword until they perish. I think you guys look. Just because a game, and what it comes down to, is there are certain conventions and expectations that you get with the modern open world genre. And when I'm talking about open world games, I'm usually referring to those. Now, sure, there are some games that let you do things in any order, but they do not fit on the word I'm talking about. Because when we're talking in a modern convention about an open world, we are not talking about the original Legend of Zelda. That is basically what it comes down to. Blood and Bones is open world too, yeah. They give a semi. I don't say that. You are saying this. Uses a small RPG. Forsaken Fortress T, it opens up with a lot of stuff. That's true, but that's just... It's an RPG that rewards exploration. It's like people forget what side quests are. And it's not the kind of thing when I think open world, I'm thinking, map in the corner with a lot of little exclamation points of collectibles you need to find. Said earlier, look fancy Dan. You're the only one thinking this. I think you just need to scrub your mind with some soap. Because had you not brought it up, I don't think anybody else would have been thinking it. So, you gotta just scrub your filthy mind. You have to collect money and collect effort. Afterwards, mostly follow missions. It's exploration, yeah? Subworld also just a subgenre. The consequence of visiting part of the Playbox home is integrated in the story, not open world, but a story-driven game. You see how this points at me? I'm just, I don't have the fight left in me. That's your Empress. I know what open world is. And then that's that. We have official renders. Okay, let me take a look. Oh, they're pretty cute. 1 second. I have to save it through the Instagram, which is a bit annoying. Go. Man's being silly again. Time for Civil War. There you go. Okay. Here's the official vendors. Oh, yep, we will be listening to Divine Snores ASMR. I don't snore, I just talk. Where'd the image go? Did I just save it? Where'd it go? So it's the 30th anniversary of Persona. Let's go. There it is. There it is. There it is. The round shape goes into the open world hole. I scream in despair. That's exactly how I feel. It's like you guys going like, you know, this game goes into the... That's right, the open hole. And I just start screaming in the background. That I feel like that one vine, yeah? Poor Authority Empress Joe has deemed the open worldness of something now judged based on vibes. Exactly. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Got it. Got it. Mouse Gecko have eyelids. It's cheeky like that. What did the kids say? It's got pizzazz. That's not what the kids say. It's serving. That's what the kids say. That's what the kids say. Yeah. It's very sultry. We get the tea from the lady Pokemon managed to reach Saffron City. And the Pokefruit is Snorlax stopped on the road. Fuchsia. And it's Pokemon Metrovania. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Yeah, sure. Pokemon's Metrovania. Actually, Bars, that's probably the best one so far. That's probably the best one so far. And you see the best, that's me with the second Bumpus. I think so, yeah. It's right, it's... Smell face. The wrong side of the Empress Vase will be destroyed with the others. The dog is quite cute. The dog is by far the cutest one, but it all depends on, like, I don't usually go for fire starters. It all depends on the final evolution. It all depends on the final evolution. And Gecko evolved in a Riflemon. It's gonna, whatever it evolves into, it's gonna get shipped with, what's the... Intellion. Oh, lack of BGM. I need to restart that. There we go. Hand it off for the thingy. I'll need to see the whole line. If the dog stays on 4 feet, I might actually go with fire. You have to make the bird a waifu. Hell yeah. Start the poll. I can't be bought that everybody just shout out which one you want. Fine. I'll make the poll. I'm being lazy. Okay. Which starter? Fire. Glass. Water. Which one are you going for now, at least? Just from first impressions. It's hard for me because I don't think I can pick here. Without, you know, seeing a bit more, you know, of its evolutions. Something I just thought of in the span of conversations. Best I can do without days of pondering. That's fair. Let's see the Tokyo Dango Pomerania have new adventures. Oh my god, that game. God, that's been a while. Yeah, it's hard to pick without knowing. Like, just purely of no context. I think, like, you know, the fire one is the cutest one. I usually go with grass types though, so if the birds become something cool or cute in the later types, then I might go for the birds, but it's pretty tough looking right now. So I'm not quite sure yet. It will really depend. It will really depend. It seems that overall... Oh, wait, fire is winning on YouTube and grass is winning on Twitch. I see. Interesting. It seems that, oh, fire is like the least popular on Twitch. I wasn't expecting that. You mean starter? It's the first partner Pokemon. Nintendo can say that all they want, but I will never use it. That's just silly, you know. You guys get bad vibes from the Gecko's future, like the Angry Birds. I think like pure vibes, purely vibe based. I wonder if the Pomeranian will become like one of those lion dogs. Kind of Arcanine-esque, I guess, but That would be kind of neat if it became like a lion dog-ish looking thing. Because it's fire, right? So I think that would work well. I hope it keeps its dang feet on the ground though. If it starts walking on 2 legs, I'm hitting it in the kneecaps and making it go back and forth. I am so tired of bipedal starters. The bird's got a bit of fighting vibes, yeah. Does look like an Angry Birds character a little bit, yeah. Big Wild because the freakiest one. I hope it remains weird, yeah. I hope use it for its own good. I hope it gets bigger and gets more flames. That would be great. Just both the cutest one, the one that you like the most, the one you want to get. I always have your dream for Borean already. I think the bird could become like wise or clever. That could work. Was walking on 2 from the start. I mean, it's a bird. A bird can be bipedal. I'll allow it because it's a bird, you know. Water has 1 on the Twitch side. Okay. And Fire has 1 on the YouTube side. In that case. I see. Yep, new Pokemon game. I believe in Gecko superiority. You guys picked it because of the eyes. You guys just all want to have the sexy salamander. I think the water one might become the waifu. I think the water one is gonna become the furry bait. Most likely, it reminds me of Greninja. It reminds me of Sobble. I guess Greninja a bit too, yeah. Just getting big eyelashes would be funny. I think the Barbie could start with Scratch and self-tackle. Would be a stronger move. But you know, the dog might start with the Ember, which starts with a fire move. Not types are the most compatible way! Lashes, I meant lids. I mean, it basically has lashes. Well, could change and just get big eyebrows. I hope it probably gets long old man eyebrows. See big booba, but I don't find I'm not gonna give a big booba, but it might be, you know, salacious, like Salazzle, you know. I think it will be the furry bait, like Salazzle or Inteleon or, you know, Greninja, stuff like that. To become Yari bait. I mean, it might, who knows. They can be either. It might bait both sides. Never start with any D-Smooths on level 5. I mean, they sometimes start with Ember, no. Just make it a cool bearded dragon water. Look at those lashes. Look at those lashes. Duolingo, Brave, and Geico. There was actually like a company in Japan that had basically like a green Duolingo bird. And I was like, how are they not getting sued? Like, it was very off-brand. Well, this one's going to be the questionable feminine one, yep. Exactly. Had to immediately use his hair to give his hip and chest. But it's not going to be in the starters, you know? The sexy ones are going to not be the starters. Like, you know, Hatterene, you know, Salazzle, the one that steps on you, what's his name again? Those aren't the starters. They're like, you know, they're other ones. It's not going to be the starter. There's going to be another one that's questionable. Then when Pokemon wasn't for a Guna bait, I wish that at the very least the starters wouldn't be. It's copyright law very strict in Japan. Less than you might think. You have to pursue it after all. Pheromosa and Serena. Serena was the one I was thinking of, yeah? Pheromosa steps on you too, though. That's two. But Delphox. Okay, so I know that when Delphox released, people called it the Yiv Wizards, and I see where people are coming from. But I think that's like... It's what we were talking about were like the voluptuous, sexy ones. Like, you know, there's plenty of furry baits like among the starters. You know, Delphox, Greninja, Incineroar, etc. But they're not like the sexy ones, you know. The what? You guys don't remember that? Some of you guys might have not have been on the internet when they were released yet to like leaks. Before like the name, like Delphox's name wasn't known yet. And people were calling it the Yiv Wizard. For like several months. Oh, ancient Pokemon history, yeah? Yeah, read get. They weren't well. I actually never really liked Delphox's design because I was like, they made it so ugly after it evolved. I liked its secondary more. I liked its secondary form much better. Again, Gastad is still the best looking. I think it will probably become something cool. Which is wholesome buns. Hey, it was being called that even in wholesome places, the name just spreads. There's people like the Wheat Cat. This is like the third time you tried making that joke, but I will remind you, it's actually tourists who consume the vast majority of wheat in the Netherlands. I think roughly 95%. So I'd say tourists like the Wheat Cat. Much more than Dutch people do. You know, talk to all the Brits and Germans who come over. All the Americans who want to go to Amsterdam. I've known the fire dog Pom Pom for only half an hour, but if anything were to happen to him, I do like the Wheat Cat though. The Ice Tito is very cute. Is Nico here now? Surprise, it actually isn't even legal in the Netherlands, never has been. So those stereotypes are outdated now. And Delphox was a mistake because Braixen's the one who made the Pokken. Exactly, Braixen is much cuter than Delphox. It was... I hate that... I hate how the Yif wizard looks. It's so ugly. Sorry Delphox lovers. They make it look a bit better in the anime, but in the game I don't like its sprite at all. Looks so bad. We had Lopini back in the day. Gen had my favorite starters, Gentil, Chikorita. And I think Totodile and Cyndaquil are cute too. Just cops look the other way unless they're being annoying. Yep, that's what it is. That's what it is. The Netherlands never had it legal, it's always been tolerated, where they just don't care and don't prosecute it because they have bigger crimes to fight. But it's never been legal technically. Just running out of names. So a picture of Delphox without the red 4, just horrifying. Just looks like Combustion, looks like a dare from the design team. Don't like them calling it a Weak Cat because I picked it for Cool Mask signature. I think it's really cute. I know like, Americans especially really like wheat jokes, but I think it's a bit of a disservice to how cute the cat is. It deserves to be known by more than just that, It was such a cute starter. I feel bad for it. It deserves better than the allegations. If you ask me, it's like how I feel about Vaporeon. I wish people weren't weird about Vaporeon because I like Vaporeon, like just generally speaking. So Blaziken and Consequence have been disastrous for firefighting. Blaziken and Consequence haven't just been disastrous for firefighting. Blaziken is single-handedly responsible for the bipedal combustion into the future. Like Blaziken being so overwhelmingly popular and being just like a funny little guy who stands next to you and fights with you, has been directly responsible for the plague of more and more, just constant humanoid Pokemon. Not just bipedal, but just like humanoid. Like for wait, exactly. Poor Vaporeon. Well, I've Clouded, why make another? I mean, I could say it's about the lizard too. You already have Sobble and Froakie, for that matter. And so Spricatito. Stop saying it! Don't bully Spricatito! But like to become a ghost type. That could be sick actually. That could be pretty sick. Blaziken could pass as a Digimon, yeah. But yeah, Blaziken's popularity is very, very much responsible for what I call the slippery slide into more humanoid Pokemon with every starter gen. We did have Machamp, yeah, but it wasn't a starter. There's always been humanoid Pokemon. There was Machamp, there was Jinx, there was Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee. That's not the thing, it's just that every starter nowadays has to be like half humanoid for most of them. And I like my Pokemon to look more monstrous, But they found out that, especially, they've been on record about this. Like, it's the market research, The market research straight up says that, like, target audience boys aged, like, 6 to 12 like, when the Pokemon is a guy they could be a friend with. Like Blaziken, Lucario, Greninja. It's not about being bipedal, Estofan, it's about being humanoid. It's about the slippery slide to becoming more humanoid every time. Charizard is bipedal, but it's a dragon. It's not a furry bait. And like, it's a funny thing that like people say they're like furry baiting, but it's actually because like kids aged 8 to 12, 6 to 12, like when the Pokemon is a little guy who could be their friend and they could share food with, and they fight together. It's market research. It's market research. They like when the Pokemon is relatable and like, like Lucario, and it's like this could be a friend and I can fist bump him and then we all share an Onigiri together. and then he is a buddy, you know. That's why everything's furry bait now. It's not actually to bait furries, it's because it's to bait, you know, boys who are in the target audience who want, you know. I look at, for example, like, you know, the evolutions, like in Galar, like, you know, one of them is literally a soccer player rabbit. One of them is literally 12-year-old boys don't want their Pokemon evolving to ladies. They want it to be, you know, a soccer player who will play soccer with them, but also is a rabbit and fights for them, you know. They don't want ladies. They icky, you know. Like Primarina was incredibly unpopular compared to its other contemporaries, and you know why? Because it was a lady. The little kids didn't like Primarina, and so it has the least merch out of all of the generation. Young kids, they wanted battle shonen partner. That's why Incineroar is so popular, you know. You know, the ladies are for when they grow up. For now, they want Blaziken. They want Greninja, who is a ninja, but also a ninja. And also their friends. 14 years is when they start wanting to evolve into ladies. You know. And Cinderace was my choice, yeah. But like, you know, you can't look at Cinderace and not tell me it's not like a direct result of, like, you know, Pokemon doing its market research and going like, ah, yes, target audience is young boys who want, you know, a guy who will play soccer with them. You know, that this is a direct result of the market audience where they found out this is Blaziken is to blame for this. It's been a slippery slide since then. You know, that's where it all started. You know, that's why the kids didn't like Samurott. He doesn't stand on 2 feet, and he's not a little guy who goes adventure with them. He's not their eyeball. He's not their nakama. They cannot search for the One Piece together with Samurott, but you know who they can search for the One Piece with? Cinderace. That's what it's all about. You know who can find the One Piece for them? Greninja. Incineroar. You know. And that's it's all the market research. This isn't even like hidden. It's not even social theorem. This is confirmed. I've read this in an interview. They did the market research, and kids, they like the bipedal starters. It's why the bipedal starters are the most popular with kids. They have the most merch. It's because they want a friend and not a dog. And it's very sad. It's very sad, but they, you know, I picked Cinderace too, don't get me wrong, but you know, somehow it's Street Sports making it close to an actual One Piece character. True, but it stands on 4 legs and therefore it gets disqualified. Don't my coach evolving Pokemon friends Pokemons. But yeah, like if I hold on, Pokemon starter. Like if we're looking at the list here, right? You know, Pokemon that stand out in each gen. You know, it just keeps happening. It just keeps happening. The kids, they crave for an eyeball. They crave for the nakama. They want a partner. They want a Pokemon who they can fist bump and you know, that's what it is. You know, they don't want, you know, they don't want a cool one. That's why everything is like humanoid now. And then Samurott flopped, and ever since then, no starter is allowed. Like they took him away. They took him away from me. Tofu post where we have beefcake slamming into each other. That's still. Want to fist bump with Joe? Gonna find the One Piece with Pokemon that's not learned Surf. That's why the Pokemon that learns Surf, they have Greninja, and it will give you a fist bump too. They want a friend, not a pet, exactly. It's not Samuel's fight, they gave it garbage stats. People hated Samuel's Desire, which is stupid. It was my favorite out of the gen. That's the Gen 9, which is an armored guy. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. It's, you know, it's unfortunately it's the market research, and if we're looking at the market research here, what I'm saying is my prediction. I'm putting it in there. The blue one is gonna become humanoid. The green one, 50-50 shot, it might become like, you know, the Violet Vine evolution where it's kind of still a bird, kind of, you know, edging the line. And that dog better stay on 4 legs. That dog better stay down there. I'm watching it. Somewhat is my Confine evolution. I love Somewhat, it's so cool. The dog better stay down. It's literally a dog. It's literally a dog. It's literally a dog. Like, you can't make a dog stand up. Lucario already exists. Like, the gecko is already lifting up. You know, let dog be the obligatory monster one. That's like, you know, kids who are picking a dog want to have a dog. They don't want the partner, they want the dog, you know. Let it stay a dog. It's a kakapo, it's a flighty scream parrot. Ah, if it's a flighty scream parrot, it might not fly. Maybe it comes glass fighting in that case. That could be a twist. I want to see the 5-star become a wolf. That could be kind of neat. I'm thinking of a lion dog, yeah. See, the eyes were literally just a dog. I want it to be literally just a dog. And I'm not joking. I want it to literally just be a dog. Please. This was basically a cat and yet. It was a disappointment to me too. 8-legged dog, that would be fine. Glass fighting, glass ground, or glass fighting with dojo logic, yeah. I can see it become glass fighting if it's flightless. No dog get into the movement. No, I have chestnut in the Decidueye. Well, just because there's like a pre-existing, you know, evolution never stopped firefighting from existing, so. Like someone's assignment, I wish it changed from that, it wasn't so drastic. I guess maybe because I like it. I think it's cool. What could I say? I like water creature. What was a kiwi? That was a direwolf as a firewolf. That would be good, actually. That would be so good. That's Doduo, basically, yeah. I think glass psychic. I think. The city was glass ghost, so you know, glass flying. You think? Get quite to be water ghost and water fairy. I think either one of those seems likely, just from its color scheme right now. I could see it, I could see it. If it becomes a lion dog, then maybe it will become fire ghost. Or something like that. That could be kind of neat. Or fire psychic. Or something like that. That could be neat, that could be neat. Well, let's, that was the Pokemon bingo. It's a lot of buns on stream now. About legendaries, you think they'll continue the trend of the new more but recolored? I think so, yeah. They haven't bucked the trend yet, so they'll probably be matching again. You know. Werewolf evolution will go hard, but there's already a werewolf set. You know, with Soulwalk and such. So, oh, not Soulwalk, sorry. What's his name? The dog. That has like the three werewolf odds, so I'm not sure if they'll go for it. You know, trouble with the turbans. Oh, it becomes a guardian dog. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. I think it's like set up for it. Like a rock. Thank you, thank you. And some C collection thing. I was thinking like maybe they'll have like a collection of like the main characters, like be it in like, you know, set of badges or acrylic standees or figurines or Master Chief collection. No. I was just thinking like this would be a good time to do like some kind of merch release with like all the main characters of the games. Like a walk, yeah, like a walk is the one I was thinking. I was fine to have the fire crocodile starter fit my humanoid theory. I mean, they're always like, you know, doing one that's off, or at least of them, but it doesn't change that the other two are humanoids. You know. They're putting like a pity Pokemon for those who don't like it these days, but I'll note that the fire starter actually does have pictures where he stands on his heels and shakes, so. But you know, just because they still have some, it doesn't mean that like if you look at the picture of like overall, they're trending more and more humanoid every single time. Hope you don't all stay plain water. I mean, it's possible, but they haven't done that recently. Massive collections on sale. Okay. Star 3 is gonna have a different body type, except Gen 8, which are all Antwell. Ah well. I am tentatively excited. I hope they, you know, more than the graphics, as some of you guys might know, my biggest disappointment with Scarlet and Violet was the lack of a lived-in world. So I hope that at the very least you'll be able to go inside of buildings again. Like my hopes for Gen 10, slightly tighter world, less big. You know, less big but with more things condensed in it. Ability to go back into buildings and like actually explore them. Because that is what made the game feel very, you know, empty. That's the main thing I'm hoping for. We play it off stream probably. Play Halo. I will eventually. Like if they can at least like make it feel more lived in again, I'll already be quite happy. Because like the depressing state of Scarlet and Violet of just all the buildings being repeat like sandwich shops was just sad. Yeah, Sipco for example, without a building you wouldn't have that, precisely. Yeah, it's not the power of the console that's limiting, it's the dev pipeline. But hopefully now they'll be able to finally do something more with it. Because I think that was like the thing that made me the saddest. It's like also the fact that like so many NPCs, like they covered 1 million like procedurally generated overworld NPCs, and because of that they have nothing interesting to say. Or they have like all repeat dialogue lines. Super boring, you know. The Spanishes love their sandwiches, yeah. It's like that was my, you know, graphics. Hot take, I don't care that much. Like I'm always like stylization over graphical fidelity anyway. Like a good art direction doesn't matter as much as like, you know, high definition. I don't care at all. You know, voice acting. I'd rather they don't do voice acting. Like so many people are like, me voice act, and I don't want voice acting with Pokemon. I don't want it. It will probably be bad anyway. You know, all the things that people usually complain about the new gens, like voice acting and graphics, I don't care. What I do want is a good story. I want to fill out overworld with NPCs that are interesting and buildings I can go into. That was my biggest problem. And ideally, I want them to undo the open world aspect. So that, like, you know, they can actually make it, you know, an engaging storyline. And if they're gonna do it open world, at least make it a bit tighter. And if you're gonna make it open world, like, skill the gym badges with it. You know. I want it to be at least as big as ZA. That's fine. Like, I'd be happy if they took, you know, point of views from Legends, because I think that's where the Pokemon series shined the most recently. Yeah, bring back cell shading. Like they're doing like Sugimori style for Masters. Do a game like that. If they put one in Italy, they could copy-paste the pizza shops. They should say with no voice acting, once they animate the characters like they would be voice acting. Like what I think is, like I don't even mind if characters lip-flap when they're talking. Whatever, don't care. Like, you know, they can do like, you know, Banjo-Kazooie Animal Crossing speech where they go like... I'm fine, I don't care. I don't need voice acting. What they should do is in like... What I do think is, if you have a character singing a song or whatever, sure. Commission a proper song to put it in. I think it's silly to have a concert in game and it's completely silent. Yeah, that was an issue I had with like, I think Sun and Moon. That's kind of silly. But, you know, I don't need voice acting. You know, Pokemon Arceus was a fun game. Like, Beep and Boops were text walls. What I do want is a game, ideally with all Pokemon in it again. Like, I think it's been long enough since Dexit that they can put them all back in. That, like, you know, even if you can catch them, they can all be transferred into it. You know, like, yeah, exactly. The singing NPCs, like, I think they should make, like, custom songs for songs and like things, but it doesn't need to be fully voice acted. And most importantly, I want it to actually feel like an adventure. I think Scarlet and Violet was really marred by how empty everything was. And the fact that exploration doesn't even pay off because anything you find is just like a random potion or Pokeball, it doesn't feel worth it. You know? Like, you know, my true wish is they'd like go away from open world entirely. But they're not gonna do that. Because I know that's what the audience demands at present. Because the audience only sees shiny things, and if it's pixel art, it's bad, and if it's small, it's bad, and if it's linear, it's bad. Everything needs to be in the same cookie-cutter open world crafting simulation. So they're not gonna back up from that, but let's make it at least a bit tighter, you know. Because, you know, common audience will like, you know, Breath of the Wild rules games, like, it really did. It really, like, at least, you know, ruins what the customer expects from games and, like, starts ragging on if it's not present. want to complain about Quack's and voice acting, you need to finish Red and Blue first. Right. Like, you know, with like mainstream games, it's ruined the expectations. Like, everything needs to be, you know, open now, because otherwise some, like, you know, person is gonna be writing like, oh no, it's linear, it's low effort, it's too cheap if it's not open. You know, people are wrong, but unfortunately in a majority. You know, the same people who say that like pixel art is lazy or cheap looking, or that like, you know, if a game is in, you know, 2D, it's outdated. So, you know, unfortunately there's too many of them. Like, you know, if they at least make the open world feel more like Arceus, where it's tighter and feels more filled with things to do and Pokemon wandering around. That's another thing. Hey, hey. Linear Highcraft left more effort and then open worlds. Exactly, Caddis. It is absolutely more effort than randomly generated open worlds. But the problem is, the average consumer is stupid. And they just see big shiny open thing that goes on infinity. Like, the average consumer does not know what's harder to make. You know, the average consumer thinks that just because something is 3D, more effort went into it. You know, you forget like how many people go like, ooh, Disney live action remake. It must be better because it's more realistic. You know, that's the problem. That's the problem. No Pokemon Rangers, no. You know, it's all cookie stutter, yeah. And it's because like, a good open world requires effort, but it's just copy baked. It's, you know, people think that like, you know, more pixels is better, higher resolution is better. People hate the Disney remakes. Yeah, but the thing is, the Disney remakes, you know, you hate Disney remakes. I hate the Disney remakes. I hate the live actions, but you know what? They keep breaking box offered records, and that's why they keep making them. They do better than the 2D movies. And that's the thing. That's the thing. The average person goes like, yay, Disney, I remember this. I love when real actors are there, because that means it's not for babies anymore and I can watch it. That's the problem. That's the problem. You know, it's profitable. It's profitable. Like, there's a whole, like, you know, a lot of people like you know, you, the distinguished door viewer, you like pixel art. You know that pixel art takes a lot of effort. You know that pixel art takes a lot more effort than Unity flipping some 3D assets from a store. But you'd be shocked at how many people are like, well, this just looks cheap and old and outdated. I guess this company didn't put any effort into it. And they'll look at the 3D one and unironically think that even the most basic model is an improvement. You know. And that's the problem. And that's why, you know, the games aren't gonna stray away from the open world formula, because nowadays people are like, well, if it's not Breath of the Wild, it's bad. You know. For Savage Snow White, there's Lily and Stitch, exactly. I heard so much about so many older games. I read a review where people unironically liked the pixel filters in the Mega Man collections because it made the games look less outdated. Well, you'd think that anybody with eyes would see that it ruins the art and it like completely ruins the textures in the background, but it makes you remember that like that is why all those Mega Man Capcom remakes have the pixel filter on by default. It's because a lot of people go like, pixel's ugly, looks outdated, it's no good. Delicious Vaseline smoothing, that's what I want. Now the game looks updated and fresh to me. It's hard to imagine, but you know, I read a review straight up with that. It's it makes you think, you know. Hey, Starfire. Summer 25 didn't succeed, didn't make back its budget. Yeah, but Lion King did, and several others did very big, just because one didn't. You know, for every Snow White, there's Lilo and Stitch. Exactly. Did all them less time, the more I want shorter games. Exactly. Exactly. Disney Nintendo killed John Card and Trash Band for being too expensive. Hasn't been a 2D Disney movie in 15 years, and you know why? It's because, like, unironically, a lot of people in the mainstream 3D think it's better. 3D is better, higher effort, higher quality. And, you know, there is, like, a bit of pushback to it now. Where, like, you know, animated movies, like, you know, Demon Slayer and stuff are also being big hits. But that's, you know, that's technically a different audience. And they say this about movies, yeah. So, like, you know, with a bit of luck, you know, it's it's why everything is just gonna be you know, reiterating the same things over and over again as we reach peak saturations of like market research, optimum gameplay selling, you know, till people finally hit, you know, the event horizon where they're too bored of it that they finally have to change again, you know. And luckily, because like people, in what I know is the general bun audience age zone is getting nostalgic, means that we're now getting like some sequels and remakes and things for games that like, you know, aren't just the same stuff over and over again. But that's also because of marketing. It's because you have money now and you remember Okami, so now Okami 2 can finally happen. That's not saying that Okami 2 will be bad, I'm quite excited for it, but you know, there's a reason it didn't happen earlier. It's because now you, the audience who is nostalgic, has money to buy it. And that's the big difference, you know. Like when Pokemon finally makes a demake or a nostalgic game that like goes back to its 2D roots or whatever, it will because you, the audience, will be ready to jump back on it. Which, well, I'll be excited if they finally do it though, but I guess my point I'm saying is that like, the open world design is not going away. It's Breath of the Wild was too successful and too highly lauded, and now people think anything that isn't doing it is skimming, you know, or like, you know, being like cheap. So, but ourselves more acceptable and desirable. Air games could be pixel by AAA great, but many model games just pixelate low quality art. Yep. And that's why it's so popular now. We just weren't ready for that though. Yep. How long until we finally get another mystery dungeon? I'm sure there'll be something on the Switch eventually. Because mystery dungeon games, unlike Ranger, have kept coming out, and there was already a mystery dungeon on the Switch, so I'm sure it will come out eventually. How come they never implement a nice CRT filter in these games? Because what people want is, unironically, they don't want to see the edges. They think the edge is bad. Nee, that's why it's never a CRT filter. They just want it smoothed. Want it to be smoothed. And Breath of the Wild because set in post-apocalypse, but we're supposed to be living worlds. Like, I think like you can make, you know, even as somebody who doesn't like open world games very much, you guys know this. Even as somebody who doesn't like them much, I can admit Pokemon could work in open worlds. But it needs to be a different approach. You know? Hey, W. Like, you know, Pokemon could work in open worlds. And if you want to do it, you have to go by the anime rules and actually make it so that, like, any gym can be ordered at any time and they scale to your level. But then they'd have to, you know, actually think about different gym levels, which wouldn't be that hard, but they'd have to implement it. That's how you can make a Pokemon open world work. You also have to make sure the world is still interesting to explore and not just, like, empty, which is my biggest reason I don't like most open world games. Just empty with, like, meaningless collectibles that don't do anything. I think open world Pokemon just Pokemon Go. No. Pokemon Go is geocaching, like, kind of meaning game. You know. There's a pretend Pokemon School is Skyrim. It's the empty fields that are the big problem. Does the gym needs to have plenty of Pokemon to challenge of all skill ranges? Exactly, that is experience stats. Like, if you can pick and choose, like, you know, if I was to pitch a Pokemon open world game, I'd let you even pick maybe from several different starter cities. So, like, you can actually, like, you know, but then, like, still keep the world open. Like, maybe do it like the Link Between Worlds style, where you can, like, purchase or, like, obtain or choose which, like, HM you get next. Maybe, like, you know, to, like, also bring variation to where you want to go. And then, like, make it so that the gym badges scale depending on how many badges you have. So you can literally do any gym in the order you want. And that's the way you can make it happen. You can do it, but, like, the Scarlet and Violet let you do the gyms in any order, but why I say they do it wrong is that there's a very distinct order that they want you to do gyms in. Like, one gym is, like, level 10 and the other one's level 50. Like, yeah, you can do them in any order, but you're not gonna do the level 50 one first, are you? You know, it's like, it's open world and technically possible, but it has a very clear progression it wants you to follow regardless. And that's why I think, you know, technically it's open world, but, like, it's poorly executed. Yeah, visiting HM black market. Or, like, maybe you could even hire, like, you know, before your Pokemon learn the HM yourself, you could hire, like, a Lapras to swim for you. or something like that. And that's how you can temporarily start it over. Hope you enjoyed Pokemon Day. I did. There you will. Go as a simulation game. It's empty and boring, just like IOL. Like, you know. You challenge any time of thing you want, and when you move to the next thing, skills how high you are. Exactly. That's the way how you should do it. Especially because it's in canon. It's been confirmed in animes and stuff. Like, for a long time we know that, like, you know, like hell, there's even the rematches. We know gym leaders can have multiple teams. So that's the way I do it. If they're still gonna go with open world, but they probably will, I hope they do it that way. A grave and done right. Most students don't want to do the effort, exactly. The thing is, like, that's, you know, like I said, I've played open worlds that I liked before, but most I don't, and that's because they're empty. And, you know, the looking around and challenges aren't worth following up on, you know. That is why. Are you whistling? Is he gonna challenge the harder games early on purpose, unless you look up the speedrun routes? Exactly. That's why I'm saying, like, also because you start at a certain point, you're probably gonna go to, like, 1 of 2 gyms first. That's why I was gonna do an open world. I might even, like, you know, maybe, like, do a thing where, like, within a region, there's, like, competing rivalry between, like, some starting towns, and let you pick which one. So you can have, like, a slightly different experience depending on where you start. You know. As well. I could cosplay for the gym leaders, Kiryu. Here's one collectibles back to the map. I think that's like the main issue I have with open worlds. It's just like collectibles that are meaningless and just like scatter extra items on your map. Like big doesn't mean better. Like I sincerely hope that they will scale down the map for the new Pokemon game. Yeah, like now at the villages. Exactly. Like you have like, you know, rivaling villages who maybe like all want to like get their, you know, local rising Pokemon trainers to the Pokemon League. You can have like a couple of fun setups between, you know, and maybe your rival is from a different village in that case. Instead of just like a guy who came from the same place as you for once. That could be like a fun little twist. From MMON. I wonder. People have been asking, but it'll probably be strictly moderated. And they kind of have that in Sword Shields. Yeah, they do. They have the feeling of like the hometown pride. You just don't get to pick. But definitely like that kind of approach, like with Marnie, for example, where they're very proud of Marnie going in. Just go Fortnite style, drop the OC on the map with a parachute. You have a Viridian City kind of deal, where the league is right at the start between towns, but that's a starter gym. Like there's ways to do it. And to focus on the region's Pokedex instead of trying to cram the popular ones. That's why Black and White, I think, stood very solidly as well. Though Black and White was very unpopular for just doing exactly that. People hated Black and White because it spoke the truth. It's because it did what it's, you know, in hindsight, a lot of people started loving Black and White, but back then people hated that decision. But yeah, I love Black and White. It's one of the best ones. But yeah, I think I am, as usual, I try to be a fairly optimistic person. Like, you know, my critiques of Pokemon come from a place of love. My critiques of Pokemon come from a place of love because it's a, you know, a franchise I've played since the very first game. So when I, you know, complain about it, it's because I wanted to do better. Not just like mindlessly because I hate it. It's because I want, you know, a good game. And it also means that like I go into any new game with like optimism, cautious optimism. You know, I liked Arceus a lot, and if they could learn some lessons from Arceus, then perhaps 10 will, like, you know, be quite enjoyable as well. You know, like even Scarlet and Violet, despite not liking it quite as much for several reasons, there are some things that were interesting. I hope they have a bit more time to cook. Yeah, critiquing things is the passion for it, exactly. Like, I hope sincerely that Gen 10 will be good, and I will, you know, be looking forward to it and checking it out. I hope that, like, you know, you can go into buildings again. And I hope that, like, you know, they can turn this around. They've had a bit of a rocky start on the Switch, but, you know, I controversially think that, like, you know, not all of them on the Switch were terrible. I think Legends Arceus was decent, and I will even make the controversial take that Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee were pretty good for what it did. That's right. And the problem is that Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, people went into with the one expectations. It's because people thought it was going to be a new mainline game. How do you feel about today? Haven't played it yet, so can say just finished watching the presentation. Hi Utopia, hi. Like I was actually say that, like, you know, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee looks great. And it kind of makes me sad that, like, it didn't do very well. Because I would have loved to see, like, more games in that genre. Like, yeah, they're getting 2 extra years compared to normal, which I think is a good sign. Because, like, you know, a lot of people skipped over it because they didn't like the catching mechanism, which sure I get. It was a transitionary game for people to, like, you know, move in from the success of Pokemon Go. But the art style was fantastic. No other game has done Pokemon following you in the overworld as well. Perhaps because they could keep it limited to the first 151, but all the Pokemon have such unique overworld animations. You can ride basically any Pokemon that should be rideable, including Arcanine, but also, for example, Machop, who, like, lifts you up on his shoulder. And, like, that kind of stuff. You can get into Kangaskhan's pouch, you can, like, roll around on Voltorb. It's very charming. The fact that you can, like, fly with Dragonite and so on. Very, very charming. And I kind of wish that that kind of stuff would have carried over. And those started putting Pokemon in the overworld, and I think the art direction for it was quite good. So, like, you know, if you go into it with what it is, which is like a remake that is you know, a gateway into the bigger game, I think it was quite fine. You know. This out Pokemon is basically Animal Crossing. It's like Dragon Quest Builders, like Minecrafty. Yeah, bad marketing can tank a game, it really does. It really does. But yeah, like I said, I'm carefully excited. You know? I don't care about, you know, voice acting or graphics. I just hope it has a strong story, an overworld with stuff in it, and the ability to go back into buildings, and NPCs with unique dialogue. Have I played today? Not yet, not yet. I still have to. There we go. Chibi, let's go for Boyan. Go wash your brain. Your brain is dirty. Get some soap. Get some soap and clean your brain. Vaporeon is a cute, sweet Pokemon. Go to the corner and think about what you've done. Sometimes think about riding work to Arcanine. Yeah. But yeah, I hope that they, like, you know, put more interactive kind of, like, Pokemon following you like that again. It's something I really liked in Let's Go. But yeah, I guess that's kind of my rambling thoughts for today. Hey MP, not a lot that most of you guys don't already know, but I'm curious about the underwater. I hope we can go diving again. I hope diving makes a comeback, and I hope flying makes a comeback, like in Let's Go, or in, like, you know, with Latios in the remakes. Look, I may be a pervert, but I'm not that kind of pervert. Vaporeon is legitimately just one of my favorite Eevees, and I hate it has such a bad image. And for Pokemon Conquest, but it's probably be a remake with choice that I wouldn't like. So I love Heart Gold and Soul Silver, yeah. Right, that's why I say, like, Pokemon peaked with, like, the following stuff. It was so good in Let's Go. I wish they did more. Yeah, maybe a pervert, but that's a dog! Get your mind off the gutter! Seriously, guys, Vaporeon's just cute. First post is a new water starter post on leopard gecko subweather. It's nice. And if you couldn't fly and dive in a Pokemon game called Wings and Waves, right? Surely it must be flying and diving must be back. It must be. It's called Wings and Waves. Like, it has to be. It has to be. And I hope that, like, they bring back the flying style that was, like, available in Let's Go, where you can literally fly over the routes and, like, choose where to land. That would be nice. The release diving is probably gonna be a side thing. I mean, probably, but, like, you know, it might be diving, like, you know, Ruby Sapphire and remakes. That could be neat. And I like the diving in there, but it never really came back after that, so... Oh well. We didn't get bingo, you guys. They might announce some of the other things eventually, but no bingo today. I'm gonna go and get ready to pick up dittos for tomorrow. Like the new starters more than the previous ones. I think they're quite cute. I agree. And I'll see you guys tomorrow probably after I pick up the dittos. Gonna be the final mermaid stream. And hopefully that might be the final mermaid stream. Don't forget to watch your ditto, of course. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you to all lurkers for lurking, and if you're watching the vlog, thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. The bun's going to bed. Mwah. Kiss you on the forehead. See you bunny dreams, and those not, have a good rest of your day. Good luck on the ditto crypt and everything. Thank you. Good luck on hauling 1000 dittos. I'll do my best. Okay. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye.